You're doing good, and here's why. Um, Sometimes it pays to take a step back and look at everything from a bird's eye view, a macro level. See how many challenges you overcame, not your neighbor. Don't compare, because that's just a human condition, I guess. We compare, we judge our level of success by comparing ourselves to our neighbors, their house, their car, and then we try to put ourselves somewhere in the pecking order. Um, don't do that, because you're doing good and you're just not seeing it. I experienced this recently. I started a YouTube channel, not this channel, but another channel with my wife, and I stopped posting on it a few months back. And I was thinking that I wasn't good enough, that the channel wasn't good enough, and I just gave up on it because I would look at other couple YouTube channels on YouTube. I would look at their chapter 12 and compare it to my chapter 1 and judge myself so hard on how terrible my videos were doing. And eventually, I just stopped posting. And you would look at other couple channels to look at inspiration and ideas and what to do, but somehow, somewhere down the line, I just started beating myself up by looking at how well they're doing, how so many people love their channel, and wondering if we'll ever get there, and kept getting disappointed after putting so much time and effort in the video, the thumbnail, the title, and then it not doing so well for whatever reason. And the reason was we were just we're too new, and these things take time. So the reason I'm talking about that is because when I started this YouTube channel, I went into my other account and looked at my couple's YouTube channel with my wife, and I was just looking at it and I just started admiring it randomly. I was like, oh, these thumbnails are really good. This video did really well. This channel is actually doing well. Why did I stop it? And then it occurred to me that I was too far involved in the channel, wanting it to do well and wanting it to do well quickly. And again, comparing it to people's chapter 13 and to my chapter 12. And it just beat myself up mentally so much that I thought that I had already failed. And now when I look at it from a step back, because I'm not too involved in it, and I just look at it from a macro level, and I said, wow, why did I ever give up on this? It did well. And I'm saying this because this can apply to anybody else. Like when we want something to do well, we're too far involved sometimes to see how far we've come, see how many challenges we took on to get to that level. Like an example could be any new skill you learned, anything you thought you couldn't do, but you had the inspiration and the courage to start, and you got somewhere with it, somewhere that wasn't zero, and then you got to maybe a point 0.5 or a 1. That's progress. And the point is that you keep chipping away at it, and eventually you'll get there. Um, and then I want to bring the example of something in nature. It might sound corny, but it might also work, because I thought about um, the other day, um, which is no matter how much water and sunlight you give to a flower, it will grow at a pace. Maybe you'll help a little bit, but after a certain point, it will grow at a pace where it's meant to grow. It's not going to be something miraculous, but it's just going to grow in a super fast time. Nature has a way of taking its time from the time you plant the seed um, to the time the flower actually blossoms. Um, in fact, you may even damage the flower from overwatering it or giving it too much sunlight. So it has to be just the right amount of sunlight and water. So just the right amount of effort and inspiration and courage to make your project grow and blossom into the flower it's supposed to become. Um, and the flower or the seed you're growing won't compare itself to others. That's one thing I didn't realize, right? I know I'm not a flower or a plant, but It's let's follow the logic here. The flower that's growing in a field of flowers, and it's a new baby flower, and it's looking up at all the big flowers. It's not looking at them and getting discouraged, almost like I will never be as beautiful as those flowers. No, it's growing at the pace it's meant to grow because it has an inner knowing, that it's not behind, that um, it's not going to compare itself to the other seeds and conditions when it's blossoming, because it's not going to feel left behind looking at its neighboring soil. And in fact, it will feel encouraged because it will see so many other flowers in the field, and know from that, it will know that it will find its place no matter what, and it will add to the overall beauty of the entire whole when it is ready. I hope that kind of um, makes sense. Um, So if it does, do let me know. I think that's all I gotta say. If you have a similar project or something you're working on and you're feeling discouraged by it, you're too involved, try to take a step back, even a break for 1 to 2 weeks, so you can come to appreciate. And I feel like it helps when you're completely forgotten about it. Like in my mind, I completely gave up on that couples channel and I just looked at it and now I was inspired by it. So something that helps you forget about it, and when you come back you can actually see yourself and be like, oh wow, I completely remove yourself from the space, because sometimes we push ourselves too much and we burn too quickly, and then and that ends up leading us to give up too quickly. So I hope this helps. There's something working in a project. I hope this encourages to continue going on because you're doing good. You know that. Just keep going, and I hope this helps you keep going. um, yeah, take care. I'll see you in the next one.